It's Friday! What's up,
Yeah, it is.
everyone? My name's Brady. This is Josh. This is Be All in Sports. We are back again to give you some afternoon action on Sunday of this week, 11 of the NFL. Hope you guys have had a good week. We're finally here. This is the day to relax, chill. Hopefully you can get involved in this Tyson and Jake Paul fight. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell this is going to be, but where I'm at, we can't even bet on it. They won't let us bet on this fight at all because I guess the stipulations for this fight came out, so they won't let us bet on it. But they did give us DraftKings gave us the ability to put in a free bet, so you got to go through and pick about 13 different scenarios. So if I hit all of them, might get a share of $25,000.
Hey, who doesn't love a 13-leg parlay? They always hit.
Yeah. Hey, I've hit them. So they.
Yeah, I know. They do hit, but it's, good luck.
Not too long ago, actually, last weekend.
Nice.
I hit a 10-leg fight parlay. So
that was 10, not 13, buddy.
I've done that too, though. So
yeah.
Easy peasy.
Take your shoes off, let's count.
All right. So we're gonna get right into these games because I do want to see hopefully Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul.
Yes.
Going for you, Mike. Rooting for you, man. But anyway, we're going to jump right in and get right to this. I did want to tell you all because there is something new that we have going on, and I don't think a lot of people are seeing this. In some states, I know it's not in every state, which we'll try and alter some stuff, but we have been running this My Way Parlay Challenge, which basically FanDuel right now is allowing you to set your own lines. One game parlay, you can only choose one game, and you set the lines you want. So you may see that Saquon Barkley's line is 92 over under rushing yards. You can take that all the way down, and they give you a minimum, which is going to be about 15 yards. So if you want to take it all the way down, you're still going to get huge minus odds on that, probably minus 5,000 or something around there. But if you take it a little bit up, because you know that sometimes it seems like you always may miss one little leg of a parlay by 5 yards, 3 yards, even 1 yard. So this gives you the ability to drop it a little bit below that 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 number. So hopefully you can get that thing arranged the way you like it. We started it on Thursday. The goal is to take $25, get it to 400 in 4 games. That's the whole goal. 25 turns into 50, 50 turns into, and we'll do this as in the Thursday games. We started on the Thursday games. So if you didn't get us on the Thursday games, we did hit that. Jump with us on the next games. We'll put out a parlay for the Sunday afternoon games. We hit that one. We're going to move on. Take our at that point, it would be 100 in winnings. We'll take that to the afternoon, and then 100 will turn into 200. And then ultimately by Monday, we should get that 200 into 400 if we're successful. So
let's go.
It's all luck. Let's all do it together. And if you got suggestions, we want to hear those in the comments. I want to try some things with this because I don't know how long it's going to be up, but it's fun. And it allows you to set early lines on some of this stuff, your own lines, pick them out, have them picked out, set up. It's fun. Anyway, we'll get right into these games here. This first game, Josh, I was looking at some stuff here, man, and it's going to be a banger. The Falcons, 6-4, going to my hometown, the Broncos, baby, 5-5.
Hold on. Your hometown?
No, well, where I currently reside here. I currently reside here, so yeah.
Not your hometown. It's not where you're from, but anyway, love Denver. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so minus 130, and the Falcons are sitting over here at a plus 110 on that money line. Plus 2 spread. Over under 44.5. I'm looking at this, and we've all known Broncos have a pretty formidable defense, right?
Yeah.
Well, looking at the numbers a little bit closer, I don't think these teams are that far off defensively. I really think this is more of a defensive matchup that could possibly go out a little bit heavier than people realize, because when you're looking at both teams, neither team is really getting scored on a lot on the ground. Most of the yards that they're giving up, most of the touchdowns they're giving up are through the air to the other team. So this may be that game that Bo Nix finally kind of steps into it. He's getting a little bit more comfortable in the passing game. So maybe this is the game that he can exploit that Falcons passing defense and get you a few. And there's a few factors to take in mind here. One, you always have to figure the elevation. It's always going to come into play here. So when I started running all these stats through my head, and I'm like, the Falcons are looking better and better and better and better. Then I started thinking teams start to fade a little bit later. And even though I'm saying that they may not be as good on the ground this game against the Falcons, I still think that later in the game, they are going to be able to exploit them in the passing game at first and then possibly pound the rock in the end. So, and the defense, I do believe, is good enough that they can cause some mistakes. Kirk Cousins is kind of iffy sometimes on his mistake proneness, so to speak. So I think that I am going to go, in my personal pick here is going to be the under 44.5. I'll definitely, I think that's going to be, if I was going to take a pick between the two of them, rather than pick a side, I would take the under 44.5 as my top pick. But if I'm going to side with one of these two teams, I think I am going to go Denver in this one. What do you say?
I actually agree with you. I love the Broncos money line. I think the Broncos win this game for sure. The Falcons have no pass rush. Here's the stat of the day for this game. The Falcons have 10 sacks, 10 or less than 10 sacks in their first 10 games. They are the first team in the Super Bowl era, that's since 1970, or since the merger, since 1970, to have 10 or less sacks in their first 10 games. They have zero pass rush. And I'm pretty sure, like, the one guy who can rush the passer for them might not play this game. So they have no pass rush at all. Bo Nix has proven pretty decent, actually above decent. I mean, fantasy-wise, he's QB7 on the year. So he can make plays with his legs. He's going to have no pass rush. He can sit back, dissect the defense. And on the flip side, the Broncos have one of the best defenses in the league that is gone way under the radar. They also have a guy named Patrick Surtain II, who is fourth in coverage grade from what I've read. He's a lockdown corner. Drake London plays most of his snaps on the outside. He rarely goes into the slot, which means he's going to be shadowed by Surtain. And Surtain is a traveling corner. Traveling corners are not really a thing anymore in the NFL, but when you have a guy of his ilk, of Surtain's ilk, he does. He's going to shut down London. I agree with you on the under, and I think the Broncos win this game. I would bet them to win this game. And the Falcons are an indoor team. They're going, like you said, to elevation, not only outdoors but to elevation. And it's Denver. Brady, what's the weather there?
It's really nice right now, honestly.
Okay.
So
what's it going to be?
They're definitely not going to face any weather issues, I don't think, this weekend.
All right. Well, that's good. But I would still take, like, with the elevation factor is a big thing too. When was the last time the Falcons played in Denver? They play once every 4 years. So it was probably, and usually alternate. So probably 8 years ago, long before Cousins was there. And the Falcons are a very inconsistent team. Like we just saw last week against the Saints. They went down to New Orleans, and that's a game they should not have lost, and they did. I get it, their kicker, missed 2 field goals, had 1 blocked, but you can't do that. Inconsistent team. Falcons, Broncos at home, they're 500. These are very similar teams. I'm going to take the home team.
Plus, you also have to look. They did just give Kansas City a complete run for their money.
Yeah, they're
got to be
totally forgetting about that. Yeah, and we picked them to cover the spread in KC last week, 7.5 spread, and they should have won the game, a blocked field goal. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw an NFL game end on a blocked field goal, a blocked potentially winning field goal. So yeah, the Broncos win this game. I definitely think that. Put your money on that. I'm betting it. So follow us and let's add to our bankroll like we always do.
Yep. I would say go the under the 44.5. That's where I'm going to put my money. So I'm going to say the under 44.5 on that one. But yeah, definitely Broncos win this game.
All right, folks. So next up, we have the 4-5 Seattle Seahawks going to the 5-4 San Francisco 49ers. Not much to say about this one because it's a division game. We love the division games usually. The Niners have owned the Seahawks the last few years. They've won 6 in a row, and they have all been by more than 6.5 points. Niners at home, Christian McCaffrey back. The NFC West is still up to the taking. I don't think the Seahawks have what it takes to get there with a rookie head coach. I'm not going to say their defense is in shambles, but secondary definitely is. And we know the Niners have a lot of injury issues going on. But, I mean, this is not really a game I would suggest putting money on. But if you want to, I would take the Niners money line. Stay away from the spread. The last 6 wins in a row that the Niners have covered the spread of 6.5, but it's still just too wishy-washy for me. I would parlay the Niners money line with something else to get closer to plus odds. And I mean, Niners run away with this game because they're going to make their playoff push now. There's only 8 games left. The Niners are a playoff team. They just got to get there. This is their stepping stone to make their playoff push. What do you think?
Yeah, I so badly want to take the 6.5 spread.
I know. Oh, yeah. I hear you.
And since it's happened so infrequently,
yeah.
And then team with that, the fact that they've won 6 in a row, to me it screams out it's going to be a catch game. But you're right, San Francisco is starting to catch fire again, I feel like, and just
CMC's fully healthy, man. He's fully healthy.
And so speaking of CMC, that was what I was talking about.
Okay.
Look, I like doing this a lot. I like going and obviously it's not very difficult to dig deep on CMC here.
Right.
Get that.
You're not gonna dig far.
But it wasn't very hard to dig deep on Deebo Samuel in some of these situations either, which
and to your point, your Deebo bet last time these teams played in week 6, you said he lights them up, hammered that bet, nailed that, added to our bankroll. So what you got this time?
It's Christian.
Okay.
He's a bird killer. Dude, he absolutely last year he played them twice, obviously. First game he played them, 19 carries, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow. Second game, 16 carries, 145 yards. And then let's see, I think he also he added 5 more receptions for another 25 yards in that first game as well. So
yeah.
He's basically 150 combined yards in each of those games. And then even if you go back further than that, he's doing the same thing repeatedly, 100 yards and a touchdown. So
crushing it.
This screams out, follow the trend. He's just now back. And I get that first game, I would expect there to be some cobwebs. You may get him in the second game. So I'm not saying he's going to rush for 100 yards, but if he's going to do it and he is back to full health, this would be the game that you can put the touchdown and I would say the 70 yards,
Mm-hmm.
75, maybe combined rushing and receiving yards. Still, it's kind of one of those times when he's just now back. And if you look on some of these lines, they're going to be a little bit lower because they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how he's going to perform yet. And he doesn't have that high rating yet. You just have a history. And, based on that history, he crushes this team. So I would feel good taking him in a spot like 75 rushing and receiving yards.
So to your point, Brady, his first game last week, he had 19 touches. And they kind of took it easy on him, if you will. Most guys that come back from a long-term injury, they're active and they'll get like 10 touches. He got 19. There's not very many running backs in the NFL that average 20 touches a game. He got 19. And that was a light workload.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the only reason I'm saying he's leery because I don't think he's going to get 19. I don't think he's going to get 19 rushing opportunities this week.
No.
I think they'll tame that down and realize like we can't keep doing that. Not this early. Like save that for later. You know what I'm saying? And you have to always figure too. There's so many weapons. Once the 49ers get started and you start focusing on say like CMC, he should go off in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It could be Kittle. It'll be one other guy, Debo, whatever. It'll be somebody else that you're not. They go off too. You just didn't see it coming this time.
I will say this: Kittle is nursing a hamstring injury, and he has been for a couple of weeks. He's going to play. From what I've
more example wise,
Ayuk is out, and they have Jennings and the rookie Purcell. Those are nice pieces, and they can make plays. So they don't have to rely on McCaffrey so much. But the fact that he came back last week and got 19 touches, and Jordan Mason and Garendo got a total of like 3 combined touches. So McCaffrey was already their lead back again. They lighten his load. He's going to hammer the Seahawks. I would put him in do the My Way challenge, the Your Way challenge, 100 alternate yards rushing and receiving. He is hitting that all day long for sure. He hits 100 total yards.
That's not on the My Way challenge. That's the point that I'm trying to do on the My Way.
Yeah,
is to not be risky because I'm
saying
you can do that all day if you want to, but why not just take that on your regular bets? You can't.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't correlate that with anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's going to hit 100 yards. So if you want to do it lower, even better. That's fine. Probably something else, but he's going to get 100 yards and a tutty. And the Niners win this.
Maybe we'll add that to it. The long shot My Way parlay. We'll take one game and we'll put it together.
Yeah.
And we'll try and figure that out. That could be almost like a whole hour-long conversation there between us.
So you think it's a long shot for him to get 100 yards?
When I'm getting to set the lines myself in order to maximize my return,
Yeah.
Just
Really?
because
he had 109 yards last week.
But you have to keep in mind My Way is something that I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I would take it as a single bet because you're still going to get plus odds on a single bet of 100 plus yards. Yeah. But if you have to parlay that, you're going to get huge odds, but I can take that My Way, which has to be a parlay. It has to be 2 or more picks in it, and it's one game. So I'm trying to take that minimal piece or that piece that I feel, 85 to 95% positive it's going to hit.
Right.
And those are the ones that I want to piece together, even if it's, 5 or 6, which the last week was 5. So, but we'll dive into this. We will, but the numbers, the reason I'm not doing it tonight is that some of these numbers are not out, but if we get a chance at some point, I'll have that bet out by tomorrow. I just don't know exactly what it's going to be. Still researching even which game I'm going to pick. So not just yet, but it'll get there. But anyway,
Niners win.
Niners win. I think we're both in agreement there, but we'll go right on to the next one.
Bet the money line. Okay, and on to the next game. The 9-0 Kansas City Chiefs and the 8-2 Buffalo Bills. Quote unquote, the game of the year, pretty much every year. Yeah, you got Chiefs Bengals, Chiefs Ravens. Those are always great games. But for some reason, the Bills and the Chiefs is just the one that everybody looks forward to the most. This game is going to be great. I can't wait to watch it. Mahomes is just Mahomes. The Chiefs just keep on winning a blocked field goal. I mean, who wins that way? Doesn't happen very often. That being said, I know the Bills are a little bit banged up. You know, Amari Cooper is questionable to play with a wrist injury. Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid's out with a knee injury. I still think the Bills win this game because the Bills are kind of like the Colts with Peyton Manning versus the Patriots. They'll get you in the regular season, regular season champs, if you will, but they won't get you in the playoffs. And I think that's going to go the same way. It's in Buffalo. I think the Bills win this game, and this is actually my lock of the week.
Oh.
If the Bills lose this game, I will cut my hair off that I've been growing for almost 4 years. For those of you who don't know, I'm in my mid-40s. Probably don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm in my mid-40s. I've never had long hair. Always had short hair like Brady's. Actually, Brady had longer hair back in the day when I met him than I do now. So, yes, if the Bills lose this game, I'm going to cut my hair because I think the Bills win this game. Teams don't go 10-0. It's very, very hard to do. We all know the Chiefs don't blow teams out. Just like we said last week, they are always involved in close games. They've won 3 games this year by more than one score, by more than a touchdown. It just doesn't happen. And they have not played the greatest of competitions, the greatest competition every game. The Broncos are a good team, but they should have won that game. And the Chiefs escaped with a blocked field goal. So Bills win this game. If they don't win, I cut my hair, and you'll see it the next video that we post. I will have short hair, similar to Brady's. The over-under, I'm not really willing to touch that. I think it's going to be a defensive game because the Chiefs had a great defense. The Bills' defense is no slouch either. I'm just going to bet the money the Bills win this game. And yes, I am putting money on this money line at minus 130. I will take it. What about you?
I think you're cutting your hair. Here's what I say. Listen,
okay.
There's something weird going on with the Chiefs.
I agree with that. Real quick, I agree with that. It's really weird. Agree with that. Go ahead.
When you're winning games like they are right now, and
you mean on block field goals?
I mean just how they are point totals, whatever
overall,
it is.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's going to continue again. Look, the Chiefs are that team this year. I'm starting to believe that this could actually, if they all stay healthy, this could be the team that this might be the last true difficult test that they may have. I mean, they're going to have some other tests. And let's be honest, that game against the Broncos, that always happens. They always get really close against the Broncos. It's like it's tradition.
Yeah.
Just like Mahomes has more than he hasn't had success against the Bills. So I'm gonna say that this continues. They're just getting better and more equipped with Hopkins, and now with Schuster that's going to be there this week.
Yeah, it's true.
And you've got Kelsey. I think that you're looking at a high-scoring game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to be the Chiefs in my eyes, that are going to kind of break out of it. I don't know what, I just think they had kind of that bad game last week, and they faced a very tough defense. I don't necessarily think that the Bills are that defense. I don't think they're going to be able to. I think they're good. I'm not saying they're not good,
right?
But I'm just saying I don't think they're necessarily as good in some aspects as the Broncos are. So I'm going to take the Chiefs, and I think a plus 110. If you believe that they're going to win that game, then all day long take the plus 110 spread or take the plus 110 money line. So that's where I'm going, and I think you're going to have short hair.
Okay, so a couple of things I will say to retort. Mahomes is 11-3 in his career as an underdog. That's a big stat because since 2000, the underdogs they win 32% of the time. He's 11-3. So I definitely understand the risk I'm taking here. And it is Mahomes. And yes, the Chiefs win in all sorts of ways. It's uncanny. I aside from the Chiefs are the new Patriots. The Patriots are the team that they had Brady, and Tom Brady, not you. And they just won in ways that you didn't even think they could win at. And they did. I just think that 9-0, man, nobody's going undefeated in today's NFL. This is the Bills Super Bowl. It's at home. They beat them last year in the regular season. It's going to happen again. It's going to be great to watch. I'm going to love watching the game like we all are. But yeah.
It's the same narrative every single year. It's the Bills Super Bowl. Yeah, it's the Bills Super Bowl. And guess what? They lost 4 of them. So
in a row.
What the hell?
Kind of like my fantasy football teams.
They've already proven that they can't win a Super Bowl. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that 110. Yeah, it's the Bills Super Bowl, people.
So should I get
when it's the Bills Super Bowl?
Should I get a 2 on top or a 1 on top? I mean, I'm going to go finger length on top. If I
think you should shave your whole head and just put Bills.
No, I'm not shaving my head. It'll be a 1 on top. I do a 1
Go
shave
big,
all
man.
around anyway, and then finger length on top.
Go big. It'll grow back.
Go big or go home.
Right.
No, man. Okay, so the Bills win this game. Brady's got the Chiefs.
Chiefs win this game.
Fun weekend of football. We're balling in.
And by the way, Tyson and Jake Paul are coming up soon, so we gotta get through these picks so we can give you more. All right,
absolutely.
On to the next picks.
There you go.
All right, here we go. This is the last game we're going to cover for tonight, and then we'll save the Monday night game. We'll do that on Sunday. We got the Cincinnati Bengals going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Here we go. This
is weird to say Los Angeles Chargers.
What?
It's so weird to say Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, it is. I almost stumbled there. I was like,
sorry. I know. Not
right.
Okay.
4-6 for the Bengals. Chargers 6-3. Let's see. How am I going to play this one? This is what I'm going to say. The majority of the Bengals, 3 of the Bengals wins this year have come on the road. So this team sucks at home. 3 of the 6 wins for the Chargers have also come on the road.
Yep.
So you have a 500 team that is playing at their home stadium, which everybody hates them. I don't even think they want them there. So
they don't even know they're there.
Yeah,
most of them don't even know they're there.
Most of the time, the other team has a bigger following at their stadium. But I think right now you have a very motivated to win team in the Cincinnati Bengals. Mm-hmm. This is a closer game than the 6-3 and 4-6 records. I think Joe Burrow is still top quality quarterback. Mm-hmm. I mean, the dude, when they're on, they're on. Yeah. So And same with the Chargers. I'm not saying they're not, but to me, I just think that this is the perfect scenario that, the Bengals coming off that loss, I think they're going to end up getting this one done. And I think if you're getting plus odds on the Bengals right now to bounce back, I think this is the perfect scenario for them to bounce back. I wouldn't touch this spread at all because on any given day they can lay an egg. But I'm going to say Bengals money line on this is a great bet. What do you think?
Oh, I totally agree with you. Again, I wouldn't touch the spread or the over-under. Money line all the way. It's Bengals plus odds, and they're 4-6, fighting for their playoff lives. The Chargers have definitely come up this year.
And the Chargers have also won their last 3 games.
Yep.
You know what? You know how I love that.
Yeah, and the Chargers are a middle-of-the-road team trying to find their way. Justin Herbert is a solid quarterback. He's been on fire since their bye week, especially. They've opened up the passing game. He's top 5 in like every metric you can imagine for quarterbacks, fantasy-wise. They're actually the number 1 team over passing over running expected since the bye week. So they're opening up the offense. Herbert is a great quarterback. Burrow's a great quarterback. Again, I just don't think the Chargers have enough experience yet. Jim Harbaugh is obviously a phenomenal coach, and he's got them going in the right direction. But Joe Burrow and his team have been there and done that. T. Higgins is back. They got Jamar Chase, obviously. The Bengals defense is a little suspect. But, yeah, I mean, you're getting the Bengals at plus odds, and I get why, but I will take that all day long. Don't touch the over-under. Don't touch the spread. Bet the Bengals money line. They're going to win this game. Absolutely.
Yep. I agree on that. I don't know what else to say there, people. So that is going to be our afternoon breakdown for you. It's been fun. I'm enjoying doing this, man. I'm enjoying giving you the picks that we're going to put out there. Again, we're doing the My Way Challenge. We're going to be covering the Monday game on Sunday.
Yep.
So we are going to postpone the
Change my mind
segment that we were going to put out this week. We'll do that next week. I've been going through a lot of stats. And by the way, yes, for anybody that did watch the NBA section of these, I missed the Bulls. Sorry. I didn't know that in the last 2 minutes, the other, the Cavs were going to just unload on them.
Yikes. It happens, man. That's why I call it gambling. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. But anyway, sorry. We'll get better at that. That was a quick one. I usually like putting out a little bit more in-depth, but I didn't have time. I am focused on the UFC video for the betting lines that are coming out tonight, later on. Tomorrow, may put out some more. Got to get the ability to give you guys those quick bets that we put in, that we can't necessarily put these out in a video form, but we're going to figure out a way to start getting these single bets out to you that we put in on a daily basis, so you have something to go by. But until next time, my name is Brady. That's Josh.
Hold on. Yeah.
What do you got to say?
Let's go Bills, because I really don't want to cut my hair.
And
so does my gal.
So let's go Chiefs. Take it home. Get this guy a haircut. But, hey, also hit the like and subscribe. Give us some comments. Let us know what your picks are, where you're going with yours. We always like the feedback. We'll respond. We'll get that back and forth going. But until next time, be all in sports. Ball out, people. Have a great time and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Let's go watch Mike Tyson.